And the battery is about 1 lakh.
It's about 3
3
lakhs set. Now, here this modern technology where we have all sets of communication, and this is the situation. This is we are using when there is no communication.
When everything is stopped.
Everything is stopped, we are using this. Any example we have that at that time that there is no any communication at that time we have used this instrument and it is more effective for the person.
Recently in this elections somewhere in Sundarban they use ham radio for communication with the polling booths. Actually in the news.
No, for in our state also something.
In Goa state they have not used ham radio.
No, Goa
But Ronnie has used back in 96, I
In
think.
Latur earthquake, we were at the ground level in the fields operating the HF and HF. Basically, this is a HF rig. Now we were
Latur earthquake, he has used a ham radio.
Yeah, so we were actually, the control was set up in Mantralaya in Mumbai, and that was on HF. There was ham radio operators sitting over there, and we were on field. We had a convoy of ham radio operators who went in teams for 7 days to 10 days. So we were in the first convoy, which went immediately after the earthquake. It was during my college days, and of course at that time, like you said, cost of rig is very costly. But we have people who can afford to donate this for the temporary period, in which we take that, go to field, set up the station over there, and since we are keeping it live online 24/7, 365 days of the year, we are practicing it every day. Got it, no? So when the emergency comes, we are not like hanging around what to do now. Just like you saw today, we are just struggling with the infrastructure which we have, but we don't want to operate because it's not done on a regular basis. But since we are doing it every day we are making a net control, we are contacting every stations all across India and on the world using this radio station to keep us prepped up. We are already set up for the situation. We are ready.
It means, just to interrupt you, if suppose our line department जो भी है उनको हम लोग हैम ऑपरेटर का लाइसेंस दे दिया तो डेली वो सिस्टम को अपडेट करेंगे, चेक करेंगे, टेस्टिंग करेंगे, मॉर्निंग 7 o'clock and late night 9 o'clock.
Can I interrupt? It does not work like that.
Yes, please.
Radio hams are people who are personally interested in this as a hobby.
That's what I'm saying.
If you make it, if you institutionalize it, if you make it mandatory for somebody from your department to become a radio ham, he doesn't have the personal passion and drive to do this. I mean, why is Sandesh investing so much of his personal money, time and effort in doing this is because he's personally interested, he's passionate about it. That is the fundamental difference. So what we can provide as a group of radio amateurs is when you have an emergency, you can get in touch with us and say, Sandesh, can you help us communicate? He will speak to me, he will speak to Amma, he will speak to all other radio hams that are there and say, boss, I have received a call from the police department. Can we set up a station here and communicate for you? Then we will voluntarily go. There is no cost to you. We will go at our own cost. We will carry our own equipment and we will help you communicate. So that is the fundamental difference. So the department doesn't need to spend any money.
So just my question was that I was very little knowledge on this information. Just as a common person, just asking, okay, in this 21st century, when there is so many communication modes are available,
Why would you use this?
no, why wouldn't I? There is many situations, many certain isolated incidents there where we have to be dependent on that. Just one question is whether this technology is relevant today. One question, considering all this situation. And second is there is example that there is no communication was happened, everything was down, and this is the one of the best solution we have found it, and through which we have implemented something. That is any incidents.
Yes.
I think even at times of tsunami.
1960s.
Yes.
So the telegraph
Tsunami timer
messages you received was sent through this.
Right.
I think during the time of during the time of tsunami, it has been used.
In tsunami.
Yeah, it has been used.
Like how he said in the Barua, how he said in the video, during the 2004 tsunamis, there was no communication with Andaman and Nicobar. So
Absolute no communication.
With the island to get
Andaman and Nicobar still they have some limited communications.
No,
Now
during
now
yeah.
coming to
in the
cities also, like during one of the
Earthquakes.
times during COVID times as well, in Bangalore communication was intact, but lines were busy. Ham radio operators were used for supporting during quarantine and other medical emergencies. Ham radio operators have been used in Bangalore itself for support, additional support to the state disaster management authority for communication backup.
I mean, to give you an example, Inspector mentioned that there are shadow areas that he has already, despite the government's might, its authority, its ability to invest money, they still have shadow areas. So even now, he has areas that he cannot